Hello. Hello, Facebook Live on Dixie Belle paint page. Can you hear me? Hello.
Nobody's on.
Hello. What?
I don't think anybody's on yet.
Might take a minute.
There we go. There's a couple.
Hey guys. Hey there. Welcome to Wednesday night whimsical Wednesday. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Give us a thumbs up when you're here. Oh, I got a cough.
You have to cough into your squirrel if you're sick.
Yeah. Excuse me, I'm not sick. I am not sick. All right, enough of that. Does anyone want to know what the heck that was about? It was making my nose run. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Whimsical Wednesday. My name is Tracey. I'm a Dixie Belle brand ambassador, and I'm here to teach you a little bit about sea spray tonight, but I had to wear this mask. So, and just in case you're wondering, do any of y'all, I'm sure you do, follow Christina? She is another brand ambassador of Dixie Belle, and her business is Bella Renovare. And I don't really know why, but she sent me this mask as a gift, and it arrived today via Amazon. It is a squirrel, in case you couldn't tell, and I think she sent it because I have a squirrel IGTV. If any of you watch IGTV, I have a squirrel video, or if you're on my email list, you got the squirrel video last week. So I guess she saw the squirrel and it reminded her of Matt and I. By the way, Matt is behind the camera tonight, so I can't see your comments.
Hi, guys.
And he is not always the best at reading out the comments to me, so you might have to say it like a couple times if you have any questions. Anyway,
Margot's excited. She can't wait to watch you paint it.
Oh, good. Thank you. So thank you, Christina, for the strangest gift I've ever received, probably ever. So that's it. It made its debut right now on my video. If I could paint with it on, I would, but I can't see out of it. You
Joe
can't.
Hart from Lubbock, Texas.
You ready? I'm going to throw this at you. You can't see out of it, and you can't breathe out of it, and I wasn't sure y'all could even hear me. So, welcome to Crazy Times, and look at this beauty of a piece behind me, y'all. I am so excited to work on this with y'all. This is a lady of mine. By the way, if you are new to Dixie Belle, please tell us hello and where you're tuning in from. We are live every day of the week during the day and on the evenings, demonstrating all the different products that they have and showing you how to use them and how to get really creative. And there's no better time than to do that right now while we've all got a little bit more time in our hands. We're a little bit stressed out. And if you follow me on my page, Tracey's Fancy, my husband and I, we're both home. We have been literally, if it's not moving, we're putting Dixie Belle paint on it. We've painted so many things in the last week on live video over on Tracey's Fancy. So make sure you're following us over there so that you can see some of our behind the scenes shenanigans that are going on. Anyway, this piece right here, a client of mine drove to me from outside of Boston, I believe. She drove it to me. It is a family heirloom. It belongs to her husband's grandmother. And she wants me to paint it, and she's a little bit torn, like she wants it painted so badly, but yet she has a little bit of guilt about painting it, and I get that. I really do get that. My mom has passed, and I have a few of her pieces that I promised I would never paint, and then some I have painted. So even when you're okay with it, you go to put that first stroke of paint on there, you're like, oh, but she's like, I just don't like brown furniture, and I want to use this, and it is stunning, isn't it? It's just gorgeous. So we're going to paint it, but I want you to know that I take it very seriously. I paint a lot of heirloom pieces. I do all custom work, and I take it very seriously. So I had her send me videos from inside her home. I had her send me pictures. She even sent me an interview that she did of her daughter, letting her daughter explain her style. Her 25-year-old daughter explained her style for me so that I could get a really good feel of what her decor is and what she is about as well. So she had a canvas from Hobby Lobby that she loves, and when she held that canvas up, I had already kind of in my brain had an idea going about what I wanted to do with this piece and where I wanted to take it. And then she held the canvas up, and y'all, it was almost spot on what I already had in my head. And so that was just a given to me. Yes, that's obviously what we're supposed to do. So do you have any questions or anything, babe?
No questions. A lot of people checking in from around the country. We've actually from around the world. We've got one on from Frankfurt, Germany. We've got a couple in from Lubbock, El Paso, Boise.
Nice. So he doesn't give me names. So I don't know if
It's going too fast.
It is. There is a lot of people, a lot. So it's hard to keep up with, babe. Just do what you can. If you have a question, please
Hello,
ask.
guys.
His name is Matt. Type his name in if you want his attention, if you want him to say something to me or ask me. So let me show you a little bit about this piece, okay? This piece is a buffet, and it looks as if, how does it open, right? How do you get it open? Well, these two big pieces are actually the doors, and they open like this. So this opens this way, and this one opens this way, and it has a shelf. Well, the shelf's crooked right now. It's got a shelf and a drawer, and then this side over here has shelves. So that's how it opens. And then I got a message from her this morning saying, hey, by the way, I don't know if you've been inside the buffet, but that trash bag's is not trash. And so I come out here and I look, and it smells so good because she was so worried about the coronavirus that she disinfected this bag, the bag, and every time she would wrap it, she disinfected this present for me. But it said, I know this may need to sit in isolation for a few days. I did spray it. The bow was pretty when I put it in the trash bag. So she sent me a present, and I've not opened it. So I thought I would open it on live video, and I have no idea what it is. I'm not going to call her out. I'm not going to say her name. She was a little bit worried about watching live tonight. She's very excited, but she's nervous. Holy cow, this is gorgeous.
Hey, Lindsay wanted to know what the canvas looked like. Which one is she talking about? The words?
No, the canvas that I said that she showed me, and I don't have a picture of it. So she showed it to me on a video. And I'm actually not going to show that to you guys until I'm through with the piece. And then when I do a post and I do a blog, I will have the photo of the canvas that she sent me. It was just a texture canvas with some design on it. And I will put it next. I don't want to copy it exactly. It just was a starting off point for us. So look how gorgeous this is, y'all. Oh my gosh, look. So not only do I have the most wonderful, thoughtful, trusting clients in the world, they bring me their pieces of furniture and there's gifts inside. This is crazy. How pretty is this? Babe, where's your phone? Will you take a picture before I bust this open? Will you take a picture?
Yep.
Okay, sorry guys. I know this isn't a painting thing, but I know that y'all follow along. Y'all follow along with our journey. Dixie Belle makes this possible, y'all. Let me smile real quick. Cheese. All right. So Dixie Belle makes this possible, y'all, for me to meet people from all over. I have a pretty good following on my page, but Dixie Belle's lives really help get the word out there for all of us brand ambassadors and us retailers. Dixie Belle does a wonderful job of keeping it family oriented, and I don't know, they just make this possible. So I wanted to share this with y'all. So let's see. If this is long, oh, this is so pretty. Look, totally looks like my brand. So pretty. Okay, so I'm not going to read it because it's kind of long, but this is the cutest card. Black and white stripe, beautiful. So let me open this, and I'll read that later because I don't want to get all mushy on you guys. This is so gorgeous, this gold and silver record. This is actually sort of the color scheme that we'll be going for on this piece, actually. And I've got some colors laid out up here for you because I want to talk to y'all about that. And then we're going to work with some sea spray. So let's see what this is. It's heavy. Whatever it is, it's heavy. I'm so excited. I didn't know how to press it. Oh my gosh! Stop. Wow. Wow. Look, babe.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Awesome.
Wow, so a lot of you know that I run a health and wellness private group, and I kind of guide women along in making good choices with their lifestyle, and it started because I got really sick, and I made some changes in my life, and lots of good things happened, and I had some ladies come along and say, we want to do that too, and so I opened this group, and we are a really tight-knit group. There are a lot of painters in that group. And it's called The Best You. And oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I don't even want to take the bow off of it. But a pineapple is, stand tall, be sweet on the inside, wear your crown. That's kind of our logo. And this is our logo. Be brave, be bold, be the best you. Psalm 139:14. I absolutely love this. And I don't know if Lisa's watching, but holy cow. That is beautiful. Just beautiful. Thank you so much, Lisa. And if Lisa's family's watching, y'all are so blessed to have her. She is the sweetest lady, and I love her so much. Pineapple cutting and serving board. This is beautiful. Okay. Wow. Thank you, Lisa. I'm seriously touched.
Jessica from Copper's Cove. That's not too far.
Not too far from here. Okay, guys, so let's get busy. This is what I'm going to do. I've never, ever done this before. I actually reached out to Kristana of Bella Renovari. I reached out to Leah of Leah Rex Designs, and I reached out to Brandy of Brush by Brandy and asked them, hey, what do y'all think about this? The owner of this piece would like it to have an old world style, an old world finish, all right? So not going to be hard to do, right? It's a very Bombay style buffet. Anytime we do like an old world look, that either usually means, I gotta take these flip-flops off, that either usually means it's gonna have a little bit of a distressed look to it, but then that tends to go a little shabby, right? So old world usually means a lot of layers and texture and life, like lots of life on the piece, like it's been around a long time. And you can use Dixie dirt and glazes and colors of paint, but one thing that you really, really should consider starting with always for an old world finish is to add a texture additive to your paint. And the reason you should do that is these nice smooth surfaces, if you start scraping paint over the top of this or you're wanting to layer paint, it's harder to get visible layers with a smooth surface. So if you add some rough, kind of clumpy texture in here, kind of like a canvas, it's got that rough texture to it. When you scrape or brush layers on top of each other, they grab those different spots, the highs and the lows of the texture, and that's what really brings your piece to life. So what I've never done, yes, I've done old world finishes, and yes, I've done sea spray many times on canvas and on furniture. But what I've never done before is put it in my primer. And the other brand ambassadors that I talked to today haven't either. Now, why would I want to do that? This piece needs to be primed. The reason it needs to be primed is because the color scheme that I've chosen is very neutral and very light. And when you know you're going to go light with a chalk type paint, you know when you top coat it that you're liable to suck some of the wood tannins through, this natural wood tannins, through my light color paint. And then in the end, you end up with bleed through, and you don't want that. So I'm gonna prime this with Boss in white because I want a color block and I want to block my bleed through. So I would need to prime the entire thing. Then I would want to put my texture down. So I would mix my texture into a paint, one of my base paints. And then I would have to do the whole thing with texture, and then I could start my layering. So today I was like, why can't I just put my texture in the Boss? I don't know why I couldn't do that. Never done it. So Matt was kind enough to come out here today and clean the whole thing for me in white lightning. Gave it a good white lightning shower, babe, right? And then did you do like 2 baths of water over the top of that, wiped it down, and it's ready to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pour some Boss White into this bowl and get a pretty good amount of it because we've got a big piece here to work on. So there's my Boss White. And then if you look at the bag here, it says 2 level scoops to 8 ounces of paint. Well, I didn't do 8 ounces of paint there. That's probably about, 4 to 6 ounces. So I'm gonna do 1 scoop. This is very, very, very fine. It always reminds me of like cornstarch. Kind of looks like cornstarch. So let me get a spoon. Is there a spoon up there, babe? Do you see it?
To the right, farther to the right.
There we go. I have a spoon up here. I'm gonna stir this in. And I don't know, do you have any questions? Does anyone have any opinions about if they think that this will work or not
No
work?
questions. There's a lot of people checking in from different locations. They think your piece is beautiful. The wrapping paper is beautiful. Susan mentioned that the bow she thinks is supposed to stay on your pineapple. I think so too.
Okay, I'm going to leave the bow on there because it's also very me. It's also very... So who's following along? Is anyone watching me Dixie Belle my kitchen right now? Has anyone watched? I am painting my backsplash on my above my stove. If you've ever wanted to paint tile in your kitchen or your backsplash in your kitchen, go check it out on my page. I'm going with the black and white Harlequin on my tile. I hand painted a star design behind my stove. I've worked on it all day today. And we also recently painted and recovered some chairs. So I'm mixing the sea spray additive in here really, really well. And it doesn't take long to start setting up. You just have to kind of let it set for a minute and it'll set up. If it doesn't, right now it's kind of soupy, just kind of soupy like this. That actually this would be fine. If I started painting this on, it really would be fine. This would still add way more texture than if I were just to paint. Yeah, this looks good in the Boss. I don't know that this would work in Clear Boss. I do need to say that. I think that Clear Boss is too thin. The white Boss has more of a paint, like the chalk paint texture to it. So yeah, this is thickening up for sure as I stir it. And I want this to actually be pretty thick. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more to it. Now guys, y'all can you can add sea spray additive and get it so thick that it's like thick oatmeal and your spoon will literally stand up. It'll be almost like cement or plaster of Paris. And you don't really want that. That's not what you want.
Yeah, Debbie Kirkwood Thompson was asking, what does Dixie Belle think of you doing it this way?
Well, I didn't ask Dixie Belle. I don't think they care. I think that, they trust us as brand ambassadors, and we're pretty educated on we're very educated on most of the product. But this was something I just couldn't figure out why it wouldn't work. I don't think that it will keep it from doing its job. I don't think it's going to keep the primer from doing its job.
Is the Boss thick enough to let the sea spray work?
Yeah, it is. The Boss white. I don't think that this will work with the Boss Clear. So today, when I spoke with Brandy and Leah and Kristana, they all said, just go for it. Just try it. And I was like, all right, I'll do it on live video. Let's just try it.
Grace Risen said she's new. She's never heard of texturing. What kind of texture does it make when it's dry?
So Grace, it just adds, you've seen pieces, even at furniture pieces, even at like Hobby Lobby, the ones that they have that look like they've been around forever and they look kind of, it's a very classy look. It's not a trashy. I'm not talking grunge. I'm not talking grungy. I'm talking classy, old world, almost Italian.
I'll be right back.
Okay, babe. Don't be gone long, okay. Almost an Italian look. It just adds texture so that as you add waxes and layers of paint, it grabs on and it gives like depth to your piece. All right, this is still, it's definitely thicker. You can see that it's thicker, but I still want a little bit more. And guys, I'm not even using a full scoop each time. I'm not even filling the scoop. So I'm just adding a little bit more till, that's what you do. Just play with it till you get it how you want it. I have had this bag of sea spray right here for about 3 years. That's how, and it's not because I don't use it. It just goes a long way. I do have a brand new bag right here that's not open. It doesn't go bad. It's a Ziploc, a zip seal on it. Trying to think what all I've used this for. I've used this on canvases. I've used this for angel wings on canvases. Oh, speaking of, to plug myself here a little bit while we're still prepping this up, all of my paid tutorials, pre-recorded classes, and they're full courses, guys. They're like college courses. They're not crap. They're good. They are. It's not just a video camera on. You get like a supply list and instructions and templates. You get everything that you need for these classes. They're on my website at traceysfancy.com. And they are all 40% off right now while we're going through this madness that we're going through because everybody's wanting to paint. So across the board, canvas tutorials and all furniture painting tutorials are 40% off. Just in case you want to know. All right, so I've got an old brush. This is from an old paint company. We don't offer these. This is just an old crappy brush. Even though sea spray will come out of your regular brush. So here we go. I'm just going to start putting this on, you guys. I'm going to start putting it on. It just makes it thick. thicker. And it's not going to be pretty. It's really not going to be pretty. I want this piece to have a real worn. I want it to be kind of going in different directions. This is not going to be one of my, this piece is going to have a touch of whimsy. It is going to have some detail on it, for sure. But it's going to be very, very neutral and not my typical super clean lines. Just a real well-traveled look, like it's been around forever.
Do you have an angel wing tutorial?
I do have an angel wing tutorial. I do. It's a great class, actually. It's a canvas class, and then you can put you can do the angel wings on furniture as well if you want. So something you can do with this is you can brush it on, and it kind of brushes out that powder additive that's in there. Or you can pounce it like this, like pounce it in areas, which I probably will pounce all. I'm going to leave it smoother in the middle. And then I'm going to pounce it all around this trim because I want it to kind of build up. I want it to be thicker in those areas.
Shh, sorry.
Oh.
Taking the camera
I
around.
was like, where are you? What are you doing? So I'm going to pounce it here. It's definitely thicker than if I were just using Boss. All right, I'm going to smooth this back out.
How long can you access the content after you take the course?
Forever. It comes with a password. It comes with a password. You and once you get in, you'll download it. As long as you download it, or save the password, you have access to it forever. You don't have to download it. You can just save the password. It's yours forever and ever and ever. All of them on there. I've got checks, stripes, blending, projects like grandfather clocks, canvas tutorials, teaching how to work on canvas. All right, so this piece I'm going to open up this door.
Got Amber in from the Canary Islands.
Oh, Amber's on. Hi, Amber. Thank you for telling me that. Amber, honey, Amber's the one who sent the tutus. The tutus for the girls.
So Dinah Thomas said the picture was very clear, now not so much. Looks out of focus. Is the picture better now? Or is it still out of focus? It might be because I zoomed in.
It is. Don't zoom. Just don't move. And touch right in the middle of the screen.
Do you have videos with painted clothing?
I have painted fabric, chair painting tutorials. It's the same thing. Whatever I do on my chair tutorial is basically the same thing that you can do on, like when I do my overalls.
Grace missed it. Where do I go to get the tutorials?
Tracey'sFancy.com. Oh, and I have a beginner tutorial. So that's something Dixie Belle really wanted us to do was, work with people who've never painted furniture before. I have a 2-hour beginner tutorial. What's wrong, baby?
Christine says it's a very shiny surface. Why no slick stick?
Oh, it's really not that shiny. The lights make it look super shiny.
Oh, it's wet.
Uh-huh. No, she's talking about the before.
Oh, gotcha.
Before I put anything on it. Yeah, you don't need slick stick on this.
How long will it take the Boss and Sea Spray to dry? Sorry, Ava.
Not long. I mean, not long. I'm probably going to go back and add this. It's not quite as thick as I wanted. Like I said, this is my first time to do it in the Boss. So it's not quite as thick as I wanted. I think I'm going to continue to pounce all over. And I do have plans, obviously, I'm sure you knew, that I had plans for these center parts here. So I want to leave that a little bit smoother, but not real smooth.
You don't have to have brush strokes go in the same direction?
No, I want brush strokes.
Oh.
I want brush strokes. I want pounce strokes. I want anything I can do underneath my paint to grab layers. And y'all will see later. You won't see today because we're not going to paint today. We're just adding our under layer. But yeah, I want brush strokes.
Okay.
I want them. I'm doing that on purpose.
Susan Bray Davis wants to know what you seal clothing with.
Okay. I always use the.
So easy peasy wax.
Yes, thank you. The
Sue.
Easy Peasy Spray Wax.
Thank you, Sue.
Easy Peasy Spray Wax. And then I tell my clients to not wash the clothing or the tennis shoes for 30 days. And then when they do, to wash on cold, gentle cycle and hang dry.
Are you going to keep layering?
Well, what do you mean? After this?
What do you mean, Amber?
Oh, Amber's asking.
Yeah.
I may go back in some areas if I want to really add some thicker sea spray, just maybe around in here, but probably not. It's going on pretty thick.
Nina says she wished she were still in Florida. It's warm down there.
Oh, Nina, I had such a good time with you guys in Florida.
Where do you get your inspiration for your pieces? Lee wants to know.
That's a really good question. Usually it comes, because I do mostly custom orders, usually it comes from the person. I rarely do something just for me. I really rarely do. It comes from the person. I ask them for colors that they want. I ask them for their style. And then I ask them how far they're willing to let me go with my own mind. And like this lady, this wonderful lady here, she was like, I want it to represent your style, Tracey. I want it to be a Tracey's Fancy piece, but I do need this piece to be a little bit more neutral. So I am taking it neutral. And then she had a piece, like I said, the canvas piece that she had from Hobby Lobby, she had, and we're just going with that. Okay, so the inside of this piece.
Oops, sorry, guys.
So
All right, Paul Lynn says, great to see you pouncing.
doing my pouncing thing.
Could you do this with Slick Stick?
Oh, I don't think so. I think Slick Stick is too thin. I think it's too thin. The reason I think that this works is because gloss primer is pretty thick. But I mean, try it. Try it. And see.
Nina says she stenciled her first pair of overalls. They've turned out really cute.
Yay, Nina! I am so glad, hon. That's awesome.
Paul Lynn's excited to see what you do with the piece, and Mia is watching from Spring.
Hi, Mia, from my hometown.
Yep, that's what she says.
Yep. All right, so that is one drawer down, and I've got the skirt done down here. Now let me show y'all something. So normally I don't paint inside the pieces unless the client asks me to. I had not planned on painting inside this piece. However, do you see how this door folds way back into the base? Now watch when I open it. It swings around and it exposes that part right over there. And then when I open it all the way, I can't open this drawer further than that. But the whole bottom part, I think, is going to have to be painted. Because otherwise I'm just going to have to make some sort of imaginary line in here to stop. And that's just a decision you just have to make as you go. But I think I'm probably going to have to.
Isabel wants to know if you're painting or applying Boss.
I am applying Boss that's got, I've never done this before. It's got the Sea Spray additive in it. I put Sea Spray in my Boss so that I could go ahead and kill two birds with one stone. I'm priming to block bleed through because I'm going to be doing a very, very neutral, pale, old world finish. And then I also wanted texture in it as well.
Christine Adler wants to know, oops, are you going to be pouncing the top as well?
Yes. Ow!
Yes, Nina, I do know.
Wow, something
As tiring as it is, I'm a lucky man.
What'd she say?
She said, do I know that how lucky I am to have you,
Aww.
my beautiful woman.
She's so sweet. She's in my group, hun, and she also came to Fort Myers Beach.
Scarlett's paying compliments, loves to listen to you.
Aw, thank you,
You
Scarlett.
have amazing talent.
Thank you.
If you use salt with paint, would you need to still use Slick Stick, like on glass?
If you use salt, you mean this? The sea spray or salt? Salt? Sea spray. I think maybe you mean sea spray. Re-ask your question if that's what you mean. If you use...
Thanks, Dixie Belle.
Sea spray. Did she answer?
No, she said great camera work.
Oh. Okay, if you use sea spray... I don't know what the question was again. I lost it. Sorry.
If you use salt with paint, would Would you need to still use slick stick like on glass?
I think so, yes. I've never used salt with paint, but if you mean sea spray with paint, whether you mean salt or sea spray with paint, yes, you still need to use it with glass, because the paint itself, you don't have anything that's going to be able to bond to that super slick surface like the glass, for sure.
Hi,
and
Susie.
pouncing like we're doing right here on glass is the way to go. That's the way to go.
Oh, she meant sea spray, I guess.
Okay, yes.
Would salt dissolve in the paint?
I've never put salt in paint, so I don't know, but I think she meant sea spray, because there's another company that's called Salt Spray or some sea salt or something like that. So anyway, this, I want to talk to you guys while this is drying. I want to talk to you about my color scheme, okay? So the picture that she gave me, don't be thrown off by this. Don't be thrown off by this, but I am going to need this, all right? So it's more, my overall finish is going to look more like this. So this is Fluff, this is Drop Cloth, this is Burlap, and this is Mason-Dixon Gray. Now, a lot of people don't use Mason-Dixon Gray as a gray, because actually Mason-Dixon Gray throws kind of a blue or even sometimes a lavender cast. So it's not like one of our go-to grays. But the piece that she sent me had a lot of these color layers together, like Drop Cloth and Burlap, scraped and layered over each other. But underneath it, you could see a touch of like the steel color, like a steely, bluey, gray color. And this was spot on with that. So I'm going to go with that as some of my layers deep underneath. So this will go deep underneath and then get covered by these. But every once in a while, there was a little touch of a very, very, very worn out looking rust color. So I'm going to do this as well, but I'm going to make sure that I tone it way down with some of the burlap or the drop cloth, and it will just come in just randomly, like a little spot over here and then maybe like a little spot over there. So I do need to pull some of this in as well. But look what my favorite part is. Look what's going to happen as well.
What about drift, Mark wants to know.
Driftwood? Driftwood?
I don't know.
What
are you talking about, Mark?
No, Driftwood is paint. He's
okay.
Is it Mark Balance? He's with Dixie Belle.
Yes.
He works with Dixie Belle. I love you, Mark. Good to see you on here, hon. Mark, I wanted to share that video so bad of all those aprons falling and you being so stressed out. I wanted to share that so bad because I just know how that was killing you on the inside. And you took it so seriously, and I'm all, whoa, with my, oh, anyway. Okay, so Driftwood, these just matched up best with the vision that I had. I mean, Driftwood kind of falls in there really well too, but I think I'm going to go.
Diane from New York, Long Island.
Oh, New York, Long Island, I hope you're doing okay, Diane. Stay inside and stay well, stay safe. We've been praying for your state. Your state is under rapid fire with this virus.
Where'd your customer get the inspiration from?
She had a canvas that she bought. I don't know. She just said she bought it from Hobby Lobby.
Oh, no, she's asking if you have the canvas.
Oh, no, I don't have it. I don't have it. It was on a video. She sent it to me on a video. But let me tell you, she'd already sent me videos of her house and her room, and I already had certain colors in mind. And then she said she wanted neutral whimsy. Well, I already know how to do neutral whimsy. I do it a lot. And then, so I had ideas for that, and because I'd already seen the piece. And then, in this video, not kidding y'all, she opens a piece of furniture and pulls this canvas out and goes, I saw this a long time at Hobby Lobby, and I really liked it. And I was like, what? I mean, like, it was in my brain. And so I knew. It was just like, yeah, that's what we're doing. So this, people, woohoo, who knows what this is? Gold leaf. So take this down because this throws you. But look. With our gold leaf, we're going to have some gold leaf in there as well. Okay, so this is where the glamour comes in right here. This is glamour. So this is our tone-on-tone whimsy, old world whimsy. This is our glamour. And as you can see by the wrapping paper that this client chose to wrap the piece in, this goes really well, right? And how about that? Look at that. So I think we're doing good. I think we're doing good with the
Isabel's
plan.
in from Long Beach.
From Long Beach.
Hi, Isabel.
So what time is it? We're about right spot on time. So I hope.
7:30.
Let me just tell you guys before we go. I will be back. I'm gonna try to hold off on this piece and let us paint and do some layering next week because I won't be using a lot of brushes. I'm going to use a lot of like spatulas and scrapers and some dry brushing and things like that. So I'm going to try to get this all texturized and then have it ready to go next week, and we'll start putting the layer and colors on. So how's that sound? Does that sound good? I do believe that this thickened up pretty good. Watch. Here's the bowl. I'm turning it sideways. You can see it start to run. But it's very, very much like, what would you call that? Like thick brownie batter or something?
Yeah.
Like a brownie batter or a thick icing. It's like a thick icing. So I still would like it to be a little bit more textured than it even is. But maybe as it's set up in that bowl, I can get even more texture out of it. So, all right, well, if we're going to go, guys, anyone have any last minute questions?
Sorry, Sandy. Almost done. No pieces. She just signed in.
Oh, okay. All right, no questions at all. You guys feel free to message me anytime that you have any questions. I will try to get to those. You can also email me at info@traceysfancy.com, and I will help you out there if I can. Please check in with your local retailers. This is such a tough time for all of us in our businesses right now, and a lot of the retailers are still willing to ship you paint. Or do like curbside drop-off pickup or whatever. So check with them as well. If you are completely shut in like we are here and you want to order online, I've put my link at the top of the video, and I would love it if you purchase there if that's the kind of shopping you'd like to do. So thank you all so much. It's been really, really an actually wonderful week here in the Bellion household. We've enjoyed our time together. We've enjoyed our projects, and I have loved being live with my Dixie Belle family and with my Tracey's Fancy family. I'm so thankful for Dixie Belle. So thanks you guys so much. I love you all. Stay healthy, stay safe. Oh, my health and wellness group, by the way, is open for new members until Friday. So message me, email me, put a comment in here and let me know if you're interested in that. I can get you some information. So that's open. The door's closed to that on Friday. All right? Okay, well, take care, guys. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.